What's good, guys? Welcome back to United State of Mind. You might have been wondering where the hell were you guys last night as McAllister was crashing out us on the 99th minute, some crazy late time. But I don't know. Me and Cam kind of spoke to each other, and we kind of just figured: is there anything different outside of this game? Like, is there anything different that we have to say after this game that would have been different to the Sevilla game or to the Spurs game? It just kind of feels like we're saying the same kind of stuff, and we don't want to bore you as an audience. So we want to bring you guys some new, improved, different content. And we thought what better way to do it as we're kind of approaching the end of the season. I'm sure actually we would have loved to do it during the summer, but as we approach the end of the season, kind of taking a big look at the entire United squad going into next season and thinking who we believe should stay at the club as a starter, who we believe can stay at the club but maybe in a bench role, who we believe can stay at the club but maybe go on loan or as an academy player, and who the hell has to get out of the club. There's a few of those guys, but we've kind of come up with these tiers. I have a tier list waiting in the background. We're going to go through all of them, and this stream is really what it says, guys. We're not going to go too in-depth and have these wider conversations on players. That might happen in different streams, but this is purely, it's like what the can says. Keep, sub, or sell. Without further ado, Culture Cams, how are you, bro?
Yeah, all good, man. All good. Yeah, man. Just echoing what you're saying, bro. Just echoing what you're saying. Same things, man. Same things yesterday. I'm trying to say, like, Man United not winning an away game. We're going to talk about the lack of technical ability. It would have been it's really the same thing coming up to this point in the season. The only difference now, win or lose, by the way, even if Man United win, it's only real difference now is the FA Cup final. Do you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, everything will be pretty much the same. So yeah, man, let's get into this keep, sub, or sell. I feel like, I don't know, it'll be interesting to see what the viewers think about some players as well, you know what I mean, and neutrals. I know everyone's not a Man United fan in here, so yeah, man, it'll be interesting.
I mean, it'll be interesting between us, to be honest with you. We'll see how many of these we actually end up agreeing on. So without further ado, let me bring this tier list into the stream. I hope you guys can all see that. We have, I believe, all 30 players in the first team of Manchester United. Some will go super quickly. Let's be real here. We don't have to have a huge conversation on Jack Butler, for example, but there are some that I think it could get uncomfortable when discussing. And me and Cam, we did agree to go from the beginning to the end based on what the tier list gave us. And the first one, Cam, is, if you can see who that is, it's an interesting one. Casemiro. Someone that, look, I think we're going to have the same answer for this, but is there a growing concern that, like, long-term, can United really thrive with this guy at the club or in a starting prominent role? Or is this kind of just, in your eyes, a bad spell of form?
Casemiro's passing and stuff at the moment has not been great, but we've seen what Casemiro can offer to the team at stage of the season. 2/3 of the season has been good. Since the Carabao Cup final, it's been pretty meaty. This is a proven player, you know what I mean, on all levels. So, yeah, what we need to do is get some good players around him, and we'll see, you know what I mean? It'll be very typical of Man United to, hate on the most elite player in the squad, get rid of him, and then keep the bums. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, seeing a lot of people say, oh, you can't win with Casemiro. Nah, I ain't really here for that, man. You know what I mean? You can win with Casemiro. We have won with Casemiro. So I would just get some better players alongside him that will take a lot of the responsibility away from what he can't do, allowing him to be the elite self that he is. So not even a question. I'm keeping Casemiro.
I think you're spot on, to be honest with you. I couldn't agree with anything you said more. I think the issue too of Casemiro is that United badly needs a backup for him. Not only because maybe he's getting fatigued at this stage of the season, but also you can't really rely on his availability, whether it's through injuries or suspensions or whatnot. So I think United definitely needs to strengthen backing up Casemiro. But to the question of can you win with Casemiro? Casemiro has won throughout his career. He's one of football's most serial winners. So that's a pretty dumb question, to be honest with you, if anyone is really asking that. I agree with you here. Casemiro goes to keep. But in my opinion, Cam, there are a little bit of growing concerns with him, and I definitely agree that we need to surround him.
People are in panic mode, man. People are in panic mode. So it's obvious that, when you're in panic mode, you start looking at the big names and stuff, which is understandable. But I'm good with and comfortable with keeping Casemiro, but he does need to improve his performances, man. He does need to improve them. But yeah, man, fatigue and stuff. People will say he's been suspended and stuff, but trust me, when you see the positions that he be taking up, when you see how many times he's on an island by himself, or you see how much responsibility he's trying to take when he's trying to do all this box-to-box stuff that he hasn't done before in a more intense league, it's going to take a lot out of you. So hopefully next season his body adapts a bit more to the Premier League as well. And yeah, as I said, we get players that can help him do what he needs to do. So, but yeah, Man United fans are just panicking about talking about, oh, you can't win with him. Doesn't make sense. It literally doesn't make sense.
Next up, I actually think is also a pretty easy one. You were a good dude, bro. Phil Jones. I don't think we have too much to say. Phil Jones.
Who's that? Phil Jones.
Phil Jones, yeah.
It doesn't need to be discussed, man. See you later, mate.
Yeah, one of the biggest pensioners this club's employed. Off you pop. Facundo Pellistri is next. This is a weird one for me, right? I mean, do you loan him, but he's already had so many loans at the club? Do you keep him as a bench player and hope that maybe there's potential? Do you kind of just cut your losses with him? Where do you sit with Facundo Pellistri, Cam?
Pellistri, he ain't done enough in the squad to really do anything for us to say, yeah, let's bring him and let him start and all that type of stuff. Especially Ahmad's coming back next season, who I think looks like the better player. So I would loan him.
Loan. For me, it's a weird one, right? Because he's been loaned out, what, 2-3 times now. A few times to Alaves and La Liga. He's done okay. He hasn't lit the world up. I actually think this season and some of his cameos, he's probably impressed a little more than some of our more high-value players. In fact, I think it's a little disappointing that as of late, Ten Hag keeps going to the same substitutes over and over, and he's not one of them, because I don't think he's really done any worse than a Wout Weghorst or a Sabitzer, for example. Of course, they're senior players, and maybe Ten Hag feels that he can trust them more, but I think Pellistri has been hung out to dry a little bit in terms of he's kind of been put back in the pecking order. I don't know if I loan him again, to be honest with you, just because we've seen him on loan there. I would keep him and bench him, to be honest with you, but
yeah, I'll keep him. Get him alone get him alone. Get him alone in like England, somewhere in England or something. Has he gone and done an Ahmad on any of his loans? No.
As in, like, lit the world on fire.
Has he lit? No, he hasn't. Do you know what I mean? So maybe get a closer look at him. Maybe loan him somewhere there. But if you want to sell him, how much are you going to get off him? You're going to get some Andres Pereira money out of him, and then potentially, who knows, if he's good, he'll go and be double that, like the way Andres is now. So I would say keep him in the books, loan him, see what's going on, and then make that decision. But there's no point keeping him as a sub, because he's not being used as a sub. He's only sub right now, and he's not even an option. So yeah,
it's true. Still, I agree with you. We'll put Pellistri in loan for now. Then, where's my man? Right here. Next up is Zidane Iqbal. I think this one is another obvious one. It has to be a loan. I think it's very disappointing to see how little he's featured for the first team this year, because we've seen he's had so much experience at youth level. He's even getting some experience at the international stage and first team level. But he, although appeared a lot in preseason, hasn't made any appearances of note under Ten Hag in the first team. So I think it has to be a loan. At like this stage for a young player of his age, he needs game time.
Yeah, I agree. Loan. I'm super disappointed in Ten Hag with not using him at any stage of this season. Now, he's not here to be the savior, but considering how many midfield injuries we've had, to not have any minutes of professional football at Man United this season while just traveling along with the squad, kind of embarrassing. I feel sorry for him, bro. He's wasted his whole time. In January, people wanted him. We rejected loan offers. They're just not doing anything with him. The guy's 20 years old, bro. Do you know what I mean? He needs to get some minutes. So I hope he goes on loan and does whatever. But the whole just dragging him along, making him train and stuff, and I don't know, man. He's not even playing under his age group games because he's on the bench for us. It's just silly to me.
Yeah, so, yeah, man. Yeah, wasted his time. I agree. Tyrell Malacia is next. Is this another one easy? Sub.
I'll keep him. Yeah, sub at the moment. But even with him, he needs to. Some of his subs are too inconsistent. You know what I mean? One day it's a good one. One day it's a terrible one. So he needs to find some consistency in there. But he was a 12 million signing from Feyenoord. Yeah, I mean, I think it's logical to keep him as a sub.
Of course. And I think it's normal too for a player of his age and his experience to have one good game, one bad game. Like, these players are flaky. So I agree with you. I would put him as a sub as well. Next up is Victor Lindelof. Where do you sit with Lindelof?
I was very sell for Lindelof. I was very sell for Lindelof, but he's done well lately. Does he want to be a bench warmer? You know what I mean? Does he want that to be his role on the bench? He's another one that's been part of a very losing part of Manchester United, which I don't like around the club. So it's hard, but I know he's got the ability to be a decent sub. You know what I mean? So listen, it's not about feelings, I guess. So I'd say sub.
Well, according to him, I think he's come out in an interview recently while he was up with Sweden saying, like, I mean, he didn't say, I want to leave the club, but he said, I need to be playing at this stage of my career and we'll speak to the club at the end of the year. So I think definitely Lindelof wants a bigger part in the squad. But with Varane and Lisandro there, he's never going to be a starter in the biggest games for United. And if the reports are to be true, United are also looking for another center back to kind of fill in the depth. So he could be slipping further behind. So for his own sake, I think he should leave. But if it were up to me, I would sub him, to be honest with you. Just like you.
I'd say sub.
We got a super chat here from AB. Run up the likes, guys. These lot are the GOAT. Thank you, AB. Appreciate you. Yeah, guys, make sure you hit the like button. I don't know what it's on right now, but we got about 400 people in the chat, so smash the like button. Next up, Marcel Sabitzer.
So,
or just
go back to Bayern, man. It's all good, man. Yeah, no. Listen, I like Sabitzer. He works hard, he tries, but he's not. What did I say, Lias? Even in his good form, I said if he's one of our midfield signings, we're in trouble, bruv. Yeah, I mean, can't be one of our midfield signings. So Sabi, thanks for the contribution, but he'll be part of my sell. Like just to go back to Bayern, you know what I mean? He's coming. He's not really the profile that we are craving and we really need. He's just another Fred and then McToms, and okay, he can play. He's got a bit of eye for goal, but so is McTominay. You know what I mean? So I'm not. When I started seeing him play 10 and he's playing in striker, he's basically playing above the strikers. I'm like, nah, I'm good. So thanks for the loan. Listen, good little loan that he's given us, 5 months. Done his thing. You're not gonna hate on him or cuss him down. Just not to sign for Man United for long term.
I agree with you, and it's very disappointing actually because when Sabitzer came, first of all, I think we were on the same page here before Sabitzer was even at United. When he was at Leipzig, I think both of us really liked him, and he had some really big performances, especially in Europe as Leipzig went to the Champions League semifinals. But I don't know what's happened since he went to Bayern, because this is not the same player that I used to watch at Leipzig. The guy physically is not as commanding as he used to be. And I don't think he's ever been great on the ball. But these days, it's like you said, it's another Fred in terms of he treats the ball like a bomb. There's no composure to his game. He's not the kind of profile that United needs. And I think it's pretty damning that he, alongside another United loanee that we'll talk about in a bit, were brought to fill in a specific role. Weghorst was meant to be the 9. Sabitzer was meant to be like Eriksen's replacement, basically. And both of them were so incapable of basically fulfilling those roles that Ten Hag had to change the entire team around just to get them into the team. Now all of a sudden we're gassing up Sabitzer's attacking instincts and his goals. Like, that's not why we brought him into the club. He was in to basically be Eriksen's replacement. So it's been a poor failure, in my opinion, of a loan signing. I'm sure he'll go back to Bayern, who won't want anything to do with him either. And it's been disappointing. But yeah, Sabitzer...
Yeah, he's just coming down what he needs. He just come and been part of just whatever. Yeah, I mean, nothing special. Nothing. I don't think he's been like absolute horrendous, but he's just been there, innit? Just there. He's just there. Got some goals, and that's about it. So yeah, I'd move him on.
Yeah, for me, he's mid. Lisandro, I'm going keep for this one. He's been one of United's best players, if not their best player, and I don't think it's a coincidence that since he's been ruled out for the season and been out of the squad, United's passing and their ability to control games or even build up a little has fallen off a cliff. He's huge for what United do, so I don't think we need a huge dialogue on that. Fred, next up.
Yeah, I would sell Fred. I can't deal with this guy's inconsistencies anymore, bro. It's been happening since 18-19. You just don't know what Fred is gonna give you. It's too unsettling, you know. Bro, like one day you think he comes against Barcelona and all these and he's man of the match and he's crazy, and then the next day he's literally a 0 out of 10. Like I can't be doing that no more, bro. So I'm getting Fred out of here, bro. Personally, you know what I mean? There's no reason give him this new deal. His contract is coming up. Listen, it's all good. He's an honest, good player, honest player. When on his day, nice, but nah, man, we got to move on from these type of players, man. Top clubs don't employ Fred.
Look, I've never been a fan of Fred, to be honest with you. And I think he had a little spell last season and in the beginning or at parts of this season where I think he started to fool a bunch of people into thinking that, yo, this kind of player could be United's Park Ji-sung or he's United's, I don't know, hatchet man and he comes in the big – bro, you said it perfectly. No serious elite team would employ a guy like this. Thank you for the few big game performances you've had amongst the
he
years.
has had some big. I'll give him that. He has had some big performances, but you're like, thank God Fred was on the pitch. But you just the way he goes from. I haven't seen a player that yo-yos like that, man. You know what I mean? Literally yo-yos. That one, bro, it's crazy. Sometimes you bring him on as a sub, and he's the reason why maybe you kept the lead or even scored. And sometimes you bring him on as a sub, and he's literally the reason why the game becomes an absolute nightmare, bro. He is so
he's kamikaze. That's the word I use for him. He's
wild, man.
Literally, he comes onto the pitch and he's like a ticking time bomb. And I like what you said about Maguire a few times in terms of like, oh, he spreads fear and he spreads chaos amongst the pitch. I actually think Fred does similar in terms of Fred makes everyone around him nervous, in my opinion. The ball comes to his foot. He gets ready to receive it, and everyone is like holding their breath, hoping that the ball doesn't end up 50 feet in the air or some shit like that. There was a point yesterday in the game where I think he completely whiffs a simple. It's just embarrassing to watch him sometimes play for a club of this stature. I'm tired of him, to be honest with you. Yeah. I agree. So, this brother right here, I think that's Alvaro Fernandez. I think so.
Oh yeah, the left back. I don't know much about him. Yeah, just have him in loan, but doing well on his loan though.
Ericsson,
sub for me. I think he shouldn't be our starting centre midfielder, relied on week in, week out this season. The fact that we've even had to do that is absolutely insane. We've had to literally, if he was fit as well, he would have been playing every single week. We know about his health. He probably never wants to be hearing people talk about that all the time. We know about his legs in general. He's a 10 playing, he's a natural 10 and he's having to play in the centre midfield role, getting the ball deep and doing all of that. Nah. He's got to be a sub. It's just crazy the fact that, as I said, we have to use this guy so much, bro. Like that's the midfield depth we have. So I'm keeping him as a sub. I think he can make some impact when we can need it sometime in the future. For now,
it's not even just the fact that we have to rely on him. We are basically on our knees for him to be fit, because when he's not there, as much as I'm not a huge Ericsson fan, I appreciate what he brings, but I'm also a huge critic of some parts of his game. Bro, United. He's one of the few players in that United midfield who's capable of like registering 80% pass accuracy consistently. United, when he's not there, struggle to string passes in midfield. It's actually pretty embarrassing in my opinion. But bro, the guy's a hologram defensively, and it's not his fault. Like you said, he's a number 10 playing deep in midfield. It's like if you put, I don't know, Juan Mata down there, or if you put Ozil down. Like this is just not what he's been brought up on. Can he do a job there? Absolutely, but we've seen in the big games, for example, when we played City recently, we couldn't play Ericsson deep. We had to basically put him as like our pressing guy on their attackers because, bro, in the middle of the pitch, he's going to get run apart. Against Arsenal, Saka treated him and Shaw like it was like 1v1 against them. But he gets the ball, everybody clear out. I'm targeting Ericsson. So, yeah, he will never be able, in my opinion, at this stage in his career to be consistently a starting player for a team like United. I'm with you, sub. Teden Mengi. Or Menji. Sell. Okay.
I mean, he's been part of Man United, just floating around nowhere near the starting 11 for a long time now. In my opinion, he's 21. Okay, that's young for a centre half, but he was at Derby for a bit, if I remember. He was at Birmingham for a bit, if I remember. And I don't know. We're not doing anything with him. Let him go and have a career, man. Sell the youth, man. Or you can loan him again. Maybe that might be crazy. It might be harsh, but I just don't see a future for him at Man United. This is Man United at the end of the day. I don't see a future. So I would sell, man. I would sell. Just let him go and do his thing, man.
Tell us I'm gonna put sell. I don't even think we need to talk about that guy. Yeah. Tom Heaton.
I mean, sub, innit? That's his life, innit?
Hold up.
What's
Put
the? I
Tom
mean,
Heaton.
what does he do in it? What does someone like Tom Heaton do? Them type of people, they need their own little like category. What does Tom Heaton do at the club? He just there. He just there in it.
We'll
So
put Tom Heaton there. Jack Butland, I think he's here on loan. I'm gonna put not extend his loan. I don't think
yeah,
he's ever
yeah.
gonna be someone at United. This one is
Yeah.
interesting for me, Cam. Dean Henderson. What do you do with
Um,
Dean Henderson when he comes back?
it's crazy because Dean Henderson doesn't want to be a sub. It's of course not. So he doesn't want to be a sub. And I want a new goalkeeper in general, not Dean Henderson or David Ayer. So it's a bit of a tough one. Look, Man United need to raise money for sales. So I'd sell. I think he's one of the actual only players there that can generate a little bit of money for Man United in a sale. You look at the guys that we've got in sale right now. How much are we getting right now? Are we even getting 20 million out of this?
Are
No,
we
we're
getting
not.
10 million for the Fred is in there, I guess. So
We're not
maybe
getting anything out of this. So Butland might be someone that can get us a little. I mean, sorry, Henderson might be someone that can get us a little 30 mil maybe. So I'll put him in sell. And
hey man,
I like Dean Hendo. I want him to go and have a good career. That
you
whole
might think
thing
I'm
that people were talking about with the interview, I don't think his interview was that bad. You know what I
I
mean?
agree.
But yeah, I'd let him go, man. Let him go. Let him go do his thing. So
You might think I'm crazy, brother, but it doesn't look like United are gonna sign a keeper this summer.
mm,
I would keep him, bro. I would keep him
mm.
because I mean I'm not gonna speak about the guy yet, but there's no one at the club that we currently employ better than Dean Henderson. I'm so sorry. I don't care if people get offended by it or if people say I'm crazy. There isn't. I think United fans are so desperate to dislike this guy. And fair enough, I don't think he's a world-class keeper by any stretch of the imagination. But this guy's entire United career, in my opinion, has been defined by one moment against Liverpool, against Mo Salah, where he was basically on one side of the goal. It was a horror moment. But outside of that, in the last 2-3 years, whenever he's played, he hasn't been any worse than the guy that we currently employ. I think it's a massive over-exaggeration when people talk about Dean Henderson. Now, when you bring up the point of let's raise funds, United reportedly only have £100 million to spend this summer if they don't sell anybody, that's where it gets concerning. But if it's purely who's the best keeper at the club, it's this guy, in my opinion, bro. I don't care who it offends. I think he's better.
So what? You'd start him?
I would keep him and basically let the two of them contest it. And I think eventually, bro, the cream will rise to the top, bro. This guy ain't better. He's not worse than De Gea.
But the thing is, when they did compete.
Can you say I can hear you there.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I said when they did compete though, De Gea ended up getting back in the squad.
But do you remember why he got back into the squad?
I can't remember. I think Henderson has it. I remember that goal that Salah scored, and Henderson was like flipping 30 years away, like 30 meters too wide, bro. Like,
Let me tell you what happened, bro. Dean Henderson got COVID. That's what happened, bro. Henderson got COVID, allowing De Gea to get back in the team. And reportedly, the whole time when that was happening, when Henderson was starting games, De Gea was apparently in the ear of like the goalkeeping coaches and like the higher ups at United, saying how unhappy he was that Henderson was starting over him because De Gea has so much influence at the club, being one of the highest earners and being one of the longest playing players. He basically got Henderson out of there for the start of the next season and basically took over the spot. Because for me, when Henderson was playing, bro, he was better than De Gea. And when De Gea came back, he had that Europa League final that we all remember. But I don't know, man. Where do you want to put him then? Sell?
oh, let me sort. My Wi-Fi is moving crazy. Hold on.
Yeah, it is going to be mad.
Give me a second. Give me a second.
This guy's saying, Leah's forgetting how toxic it was with both De Gea and Henderson at the club. One needs to go. I agree, one needs to go, but I'm just not sure, guys. It's the one that we all think it is, man. I don't think Henderson is worse than De Gea, and I don't even think Henderson is a world-class keeper. I don't even think he's a great keeper. But there's nothing any of you guys can convince me to say that he's worse than De Gea. And if we're not going to sign a goalkeeper this summer, I don't see why we're selling potentially the best keeper that we currently employ at the club. I feel like that's just shooting ourselves in the foot. That's just my opinion, bro. Both need to go. Yes, this is what we do. I agree, but unless a new goalkeeper is coming in at the same time, bro, we can't play Tom Heaton in goal. That can't happen. How is he with his feet? I think he's better than De Gea, which isn't saying much. Isn't saying much. You back?
Yeah. I hear what you're saying, but the fact is, he's not. Is he like clear of De Gea? Like, if you start him, are you super confident with him? Is he even this ball playing keeper? I think his ball playing is a little bit exaggerated. I think he's average. He's okay on the ball. He's just not David De Gea levels on the ball. I'd sell him because I need to raise money and get some better goalkeepers. He's just going to be there, start him. De Gea will find his way back into the team. I'm telling you. So I'm selling him, bro. I'm selling him, bro. I'm sorry. I'm selling him. I'm selling him.
We'll put Henderson sell. We'll put Henderson.
We should have had a section where we couldn't agree.
Do we do a poll? Should we do a poll?
I don't know. It's up to what the people think. What do the people think?
These guys are saying he's clear of De Gea. Don't remove him from sell. Personally think De Gea is better. De Gea will be the number one. I don't think they like either of them. I think I'm seeing more sell. We'll keep sell, bro. I don't really mind, to be honest with you. These guys are saying sell. Next up, Marcus Rashford. In my opinion, this is a keep as well.
Yeah, of course. It's just a keep. Again, another one that people on Twitter say you can't win with Rashford. Fair enough. Keep.
We can't win without him, guys. That's the reality. You look at the amount of goals United has scored in the league. I think it's below 50.
Yeah,
and he has the majority of them. And you think of the best part of United's season this year. Yes, we were really good defensively, but guys, we were still only winning games 1-0, 2-1, 3-2. And it was either coming from Rashford goals or assists.
Mm-hmm.
So until I see a player like of the ilk of, I don't know, Mbappe or Vinicius or maybe a Leao, bro, Rashford is starting at United. That's the reality of the situation. We are not above Marcus Rashford at this current moment. Definitely not. Star for sure. Kobe Manu.
Sub.
Yeah,
man. Let the young boy get his minutes. Let him get a good preseason. Get some minutes in some competitions next year. He'll be 18. Not expecting no fireworks, but can definitely have some decent, impressive performances. Potentially in the cups. Potentially even in the league, bro. He's a good talent, man. He's a good player.
I'll take your word for it. I haven't seen enough of him, so I'm okay with him in sub. Varane.
I'm keeping Varane. Hopefully we can. The thing about Varane is that it's about his fitness. Do you know what I mean? But I'm keeping him. He'll always be one of the options to start with. I don't know if RCB is exactly where we're going to go in priority. It's one of my signings that I'd make, but it'll be more towards the back end. I need some center midfielders, bro. I need a keeper. I need some center midfielders and a striker before I look at my center back personally. So I'm going Varane's keep.
I hear it. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to sell Varane. I'm not going to loan Varane. I don't know, though. I don't know about the whole start thing, because I think Varane obviously is a plus in certain attributes. Defensively, I think he's the best out-and-out defender at the club. But I don't know. I think his availability too, Cam, is a bit of a question mark, right? That's a huge thing. I know people talk about his ability on the ball. Can he play in a high line, this or that? But I think his availability is the biggest issue in that. I think United are going to definitely need to buy somebody who can compete or even outdo him, because at the moment, there's just too many games where you can't rely on him. Last season was bad. This season has been a little better, but I guess for now we'll put him in keep just because really who else is there? And then we got other priorities to address. Brandon Williams.
So Brandon's had his time, man. Brandon's had his time. It didn't work out, man. And he's just doing anything now, man. So yeah, Brandon's got to go now, man.
Yeah, I never actually rated the guy, to be honest with you, even when he had his period in the team. I think I tweeted it one time. I deleted it because I felt bad because the fact that he's a young kid, but he's one of the worst players in the post-United era for me. I think he's absolutely out of his depth at this point.
Really, yeah? No, yeah, I've seen worse. I've seen worse.
I don't rate him whatsoever. Anthony Elanga.
Elanga, I'll give a sec. Elanga, sell. Elanga,
yeah, no loan.
Elanga is not Manchester United quality in my opinion. Good, you try this thing, you know what I mean? But no, you sell him, man. Maybe you can get some money. He's an international. You can get something out of him, man. I am selling Elanga.
All right, hold up. We're gonna do this. This guy is so bad. He's getting his own category. How about that? David De Gea is getting his own category, bro. I can't even put him in sell, to be honest with you. He's sitting at the very bottom in De Gea, bro.
Dan said he made her own De Gea section, you know.
He's not even an incel, bro. I can't put him next to some of those names, bro. He what's that thing that Stephen A said that one time? He shouldn't be in jail. He should be under the jail. That's where De Gea belongs on this list, bro.
Nah, I'd sell him, man. I ain't gonna dig him out because Volt Veghorst and them man there are all in the cell. And now I'm doing that to De Gea. Nah, I would put him in sell. I wouldn't give him his own category. Let me tell you that.
I don't care where you'd put him, bro. He's going there, man. How about that?
Boy, there's some crazy guys at the club right now. Let me tell you that. You know what I mean? So I can create subsections for many guys, bro. Many guys. Let me tell you that. But yeah, bro. Obviously, De Gea is somebody that I would sell personally.
Yeah. No comment. Anthony.
It's hard because I can't see us signing a right winger. I definitely I'll keep him. Can't see us signing a right winger. That's the problem. I'd sub.
I agree. That's what I would have said too. Yeah. There's no amount of gaslighting that anyone can do for me about this guy. He's not it yet.
Mm-hmm. But he'll stay at the club. Let's see if he improves next season, man.
Mm-hmm. Garnacho.
You keep him in it, but he'll be a sub though. But I'll keep him at the club. This is the problem though. With a lot of these men, there's a man like Anthony, there's a man like Garnacho, Varane, who's like they're like the first team. You know where I'm coming from? They're like the first team. Like I don't mind if they're on the bench one game. I don't mind if they're starting one game. Somebody like Ericsson next season, I want him on the bench. You know what I'm trying to say? And I want Kobe at the moment on the bench. But people like Anthony, people like Garnacho, like you can start, bro, at games. You can. I don't mind. But that's the problem. But yeah,
I think keep is more like the core in my opinion, like the guys who will play no matter what. I would say.
Yeah, Nacho. Yeah, I'll have him on sub. Yeah, I'll keep him in the squad.
Dallo.
I'm keeping Dallo. I can see anything is the right back. Again, I don't think right back and left back is a position that right now I'm prioritizing. You know what I mean, in my books. So I'm keeping Dallo. You know I rate Dallo, and obviously you know how it goes. So I'm keeping Dallo, but I don't know what people. I think people are torn with Dallo, man. With sub him or something, and I don't mind. Actually, I can hear that. He could be. If he's another one, he can be between sub and keep. You know what I'm trying to say, but it really depends if we go and get a proper right back. Apparently, we're linked with this Frimpong guy, but
I've seen that.
Is Frimpong? I ain't seen enough of him in it. I ain't seen enough of him, so I'm not even going to comment on that. So, me personally, I'm keeping Dallo. I don't know about you. What are you doing?
Me personally, unless we go and buy an upgrade at right back, I'm starting Dallo whenever he's fit, bro. We're going to talk about Wan-Bissaka in a bit, but in my mind, there's no debate between the two of them. I'm starting Dallo, bro. I think he's better for the team. I don't think Dallo is a world-class right back. I think we can definitely upgrade on him. He's not somebody that, there's no right backs out there that would improve us. But unless we go and buy that guy, I'm starting Dallo, man. I am. So I'll put him keep, to be honest with you, bro. Next up is Shola Shoretire.
Loan.
I think he's on loan right now as well.
Yeah.
Val Veghorst.
It's almost over. 5 games left. Yeah, 5, 6 because the FA Cup final. The storm is over. Storm is over now. I can see the sunshine. I'm telling you, bro. When I saw the news that he's not going to stay, I'm so happy. Listen, God forgive all of you people who started acting like you understand the beg horse, and you were one of them leaders. I understand because of God forbid. Listen, God forgive you all, because at the second he was linked to my club, I said this might be the worst player to ever play for my club, bro. And he proved that, bro. He proved that. Thank you. Oh gosh, man. Like, listen, he's not even going to give us a send-off farewell goal in this run. He's not even going to give us one. Please, Veghorst, bye. Thanks for your funny ass celebration. It made a great gif. Thank you for your running after that penalty shootout. That was damn hilarious. I'm happy you love the club. Old Trafford will always be open for you. Maybe potential ambassador role if you want, because he loves the club so much. I'm good. Thank you very much, man.
I love the club so much too, bro. I love the club so much too, bro. And I'm not taking any money out of it. I don't think Veghorst should be in this. We don't even know if the Veghorst is a Liverpool fan or not, bro. I'm good off that, man.
Bro, look, that's true.
For me, right? Yeah, I was somebody that when Veghorst came to the club, I tried seeing the positive in the signing. I'm not going to try and hide it. The video's out there, but for what this guy is saying, I think this guy is making a good point, bro. Fair enough. I learned my lesson quick. Bro, there were guys, forget about after 10 games. There were guys 5 games ago, people, that were still trying to justify why Veghorst was getting minutes for Man United. There was a point in our season where every single time we took out Veghorst, it didn't matter who we put in his position, United improved during the game. And it only became like, it had to become so obvious that Veghorst was holding this team back for Ten Hag to finally drop him. That's the only reason why he's not in the team anymore. In fact,
he slept on Abu Bakr, man.
Hey,
he slept on Abu Bakr. Hey, listen, I don't see what I'm saying. You can take De Gea out of his own subsection, bro.
Nah, he's staying there.
Yeah, then
He can go next to him, but De Gea is not moving out of there, bro.
You need to make a section for them both together then, because Wout Weghorst, my God, bro, that guy. But anyway, just put him inside. Don't worry, just put him inside.
Yeah, hold up. Here's another thing too with Veghorst, right? I have an issue right now with Ten Hag. Not to make it like a whole Ten Hag thing, but my one issue, or the issue I have with Ten Hag right now, is his in-game management. And people will kind of come to the defense of it and say, well, look who he has at his disposal, and he doesn't really rate the players. There's not much he can do. But I have a huge issue where every single time, by hook or by crook, after 75 minutes, Wout Weghorst is coming onto the pitch and giving you the same thing over and over again. Eventually, you have to learn from your mistakes and learn that this guy is not going to all of a sudden provide you something he hasn't already shown you in the last 20 games. I have an issue with that. Wout Weghorst can no longer be seeing minutes for Manchester United. Like, it's been a failure of a loan, and I feel like this is the issue with Ten Hag. He doesn't want to accept it. He doesn't want to accept that there's nothing more he can get out of the guy. I don't want to see him play for my club anymore, bro.
The problem is like ridiculous. The what's it called? The options in this squad is just so low. It's just so low, bro. Just so low. So you end up seeing guys like him. He's there because he's a body. It's as simple as that. He's a body. And that's all it is. It's not anything talent. It's not anything what he can give us. It's just a body. And we have too many of that. It's just bodies in the squad. So yeah, that's me anyway.
I don't know, man. I hear body, right? But there's other bodies on the bench, bro, that surely deserve a chance over the guy. Like, there's no reason why you couldn't just put Rashford up front, which we've seen him succeed there throughout the season. And again, like I said, put Pellistri on the wing or some shit like that, bro.
Yeah,
Veghorst is not giving anything more than I see Pellistri giving. It's getting a little frustrating, but Darren with the super chat here says Veghorst send off late winner versus City in the FA Cup final.
Not happening.
Don't do drugs, Darren. Don't do drugs, Darren. Bruno Fernandes, I'm putting Key for this one. What about you?
What is that? Sorry?
Bruno.
I'll keep, yeah, you'll keep Bruno in it. Like, look, Bruno's another one that's in the Dallo, Varane kind of section where, for me, you know what I mean? When Man United are at their most elite, Bruno right now is the guy right now that is key for us. But when we are at our most elite, I still have question marks if Bruno is that guy, bro. But listen, with his quality, I saw he's created 98 chances this season. This one more than KDB, and has 11 less assists, with more expected assists on his thing or whatever, 14, and KDB has 13. We don't finish our dinner. You know what I mean? At this present moment with this constructed team, I'm keeping Bruno, but yeah, I still have doubts. Like when we are at our complete pinnacle, if he's that guy, you know. But yeah, I'm keeping.
No, I think those doubts are reasonable. I think one thing that we have to say about Bruno, bro, is that look, although goals and assists win you games, you can never take away the importance of those statistics. I think on the ball, Bruno is showing me a side that I didn't actually think was even like he was capable of, to be honest with you. I think his passing and his ability to kind of create chances while still keeping high possession numbers or higher than it was in the past few seasons is very impressive for me. And it gives me a little more belief than I had already that maybe he can be a key player in a really successful Manchester United team, because the way he was playing the last few seasons, for me, it kind of, I don't know, it made me feel that, okay, while we're at this level, Bruno is nice, but going forward, no. The way he's playing the last 8 or so games, I think he can definitely be a key contributor for United going forward. And especially in this team, he's the captain. He's one of the first names on the team sheet. I don't think this is a debate, to be honest with you.
Just gotta be realistic, innit? We have to be realistic. Bruno is gonna stay. He's a keep. Like, you know what I mean? Gotta be realistic.
McTominay.
I would sell McTom. McTom. But hey, I'm not going to lie, bro. People, we have missed McTom. And that's how mad it is.
How have we missed McTom?
We've missed McTominay. And since he's been.
Is that me or him? Let me know. Hold up. Let me know, chat. Is that me or is that Cam who froze? Let me see. It's him. All right, hold up. You never know, right? It could be me and Cam is mid rant or something like that. But yeah, we'll let Cam's Wi-Fi. Lias cut his Wi-Fi for speaking good on McTominay. Hey, people know my thoughts on McTominay, to be honest with you, bro. I don't know what he was going to say in terms of we've missed McTom, but I don't buy that whatsoever, bro. I think United have far too many midfielders already who hide behind the ball, who don't want to get on it, who shy away from responsibility and just let more talented players get on it. Yeah, I think Cam is still waiting, so we'll let him. So yeah, McTominay for me would never, ever make it at a club like City, at a club like Arsenal, at a club like Barca, Real. Why the hell should he make it at Manchester United? Because he happens to come from the academy. This might be harsh, but I think he's one of the biggest pretenders at the football club, to be honest with you. He's one of those guys that comes out in his interviews and talks a big game and talks about, oh, it wasn't good enough today, and there's certain guys who need to be showing more for the club. You're one of those guys, and you have been one of those guys for the last 4 or 5 years. Brother, you're going into sell, and you're staying there. Let me read through a few more of these chats. Lias, can you honestly say McTominay is worse than Fred? Keep as a squad player. Can you honestly say Fred is worse than McTominay? Bro, they're two hideous twins. They come together as a package. If anything, gun to my head to choose one of them, I'd probably choose Fred over McTominay. That says a lot because I don't rate Fred whatsoever. But the guy at least shows some impetus. He shows a desire to get on the ball and make things happen. That's for me the bare minimum for a footballer. Okay, now the ability and the technique comes into play, but I can't rate a midfielder, guys, who in possession of the football, when we're looking to get up the pitch, he hides behind opposition defenders. What kind of midfielder is that? That's just me, man. Welcome back, bro.
Yeah, I'm not at home in it, so it's kind of buggy right now. But what was I gonna say, bro? I'm telling you, we've missed the guy. I saw people crying about it. Listen, we need that body. And we have missed it. We need them legs in the midfield, and we have missed it. And you guys are complaining about Ericsson and stuff like that, bro. McTom could have filled in some of them games. I don't think it would have been as bad. I'm being dead serious, bro.
I just
and that's not to say McTominay is good. You know what I'm saying? But I just think we.
They're saying the Wi-Fi ain't agreeing with Cam. Cam, your Wi-Fi is going crazy, bro.
This thing's bugging, bro. This is getting on my nerves, fam. What the hell?
They saying the Wi-Fi ain't agreeing with your take, bro. I put McTominay sub,
Bruh.
man. I disagree with you, but I already kind of gave my thoughts on this. Hannibal Mejbri, what are you saying about him?
I don't know if Hannibal, bruv. I don't know if Hannibal. Oh, that's a tough one.
I think he
Nah.
needs another loan, to be honest. This is what his first loan, right?
Yeah, it's his first loan.
I would send him on another one.
Yeah, it's a tough one because I don't know if he's above Kobe, if Mainu's above him yet, but I just don't. Again, he's somebody that just needs to play, bro. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'll put him in loan. Let him put him in loan.
Yeah, we'll put him alone. Luke Shaw.
Sub.
Sub, okay. And
Nah,
he want to go. You want to?
I keep him. Hey, listen, I like him as a centre back more, bro.
You like him as a center back?
I like him as a centre back more. Honestly, he's a centre back for me. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But can you guys hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you. It's just the image is freezing every now and then.
Fuck
We're
it.
almost done with this though. We got a few more names, so
I'll keep him, but I prefer him as a sub. But if we can get a better left back, I'm all for it. If we can sign a left back, well, that's what Malacia, I guess, is there to try and push him, but he's not doing well enough right now to be pushing him. But I prefer him at centre back. I actually prefer him at centre back. You know what I'm saying? So I'll keep him in it because I know we're not gonna move him on, and he's a part of just signed a 4-year deal. Let's just get realistic. He's gonna stay. He's gonna start. Keep.
Yeah, look, I probably rate Shaw more than you do, but I don't know, man. I just don't see that many on the market improvements at that position. I don't see a realistic guy that we're gonna bring in and usurp him. I actually think this season has been one of his better ones, to be honest with you. I think. Look, has he been perfect? No, but I think he's had a solid season. If we were to talk about United's best 5, 6, 7 players, I think he might actually fit into that. So, yeah, I would keep Luke Shaw. Jadon Sancho. This is where it gets uncomfortable.
$1 million question. You go first.
You know where I stand with Sancho, bro. I think United. We talk about the reason we gave for putting Dean Henderson in sell was because we need to raise money for next season. I would do that for Sancho because I don't see a feasible way that this guy comes into United and changes his fortunes drastically enough to ever be worth the amount of money we spent on him. I don't see how it works. I think even at the club currently, we have players in each of the positions that he's able to play that currently offer a lot more than him. And I think going forward will offer a lot more than him. Garnacho will only continue improving. And already from what he's shown compared to Sancho, I think he's had a better year than Sancho. Rashford, we already know that. Bruno in that number 10 position if he wants to play centrally. On the right, Anthony will always be Ten Hag's guy over Sancho. And I actually believe a lot more in Ahmad at this current moment. It might be premature because we've only seen him in the championship. But I like what I'm seeing a lot more from Ahmad than I do compared to Sancho. So I said it a few streams ago. I don't see where he goes from here to save his Man United career. I think we're all kind of sitting and hoping after every cameo that, oh, this is the game that he's going to grow and this is where his United career takes off. But he's incapable of putting 2-3 great performances in a row. And I keep saying the biggest issue of Sancho is he gives Ten Hag 0 selection headaches. He doesn't give Ten Hag any problems when choosing his 11. Sancho has never put himself in a situation where Ten Hag is like, yeah, this guy has to start. He's one of the first names on my list. For that reason, he's probably one of the most valuable players that we could realistically make at least 30, 35 million plus on. I'd sell him, bro. Or maybe loan to sell.
30 million. Oh, business. I don't know if the club would do something like that, man. 30 million. Ooh, after investing all of that. It's all crazy. It's a tough one for me between sub and sell. It's a really tough. Hear me?
Yeah, it's very choppy for you, bro.
This shit is annoying me. Give me 1 second, bro.
Yeah, do your thing, bro. Hold up. Yeah, let me read a few of your comments. I think Sancho, guys, is really the most difficult one to kind of come to a common consensus with. Because, like I said, I think everyone wants to see him succeed at United. This is a guy that we chased for what, 2-3 years? So I believe that everyone at the club wants to see him eventually go on and fulfill his potential, because I still believe that in the talent. I keep saying it. I believe in Sancho's talent. I don't believe in the fit of United. And I also think he's a bit of a confidence player. And maybe he's at a point in terms of confidence that he will never, ever be able to almost recover. So, me personally, I would cut our losses. I think it's best for him as well. I think there's a super chat here. Hold up, let me go back and read it.
If this bugs out one more time, I'm cutting.
Yeah, we only got a few more, anyways. United Leo says, "Yes, when we having it then." Hey, we'll talk soon, Leo, bro. We'll talk soon. Go ahead, Gem.
You know what? I like that comment by Joe. I'm gonna sub him, see what goes on until about January, and then I know he'll end up getting one of them loan to buys or loan with options and blah blah blah. But yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Fair enough, man.
I agree with that.
Next up is, so I'm gonna put Sancho sell here for now. Next up, Martial.
I'm selling Martial easily.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think the only issue is United is not going to sell or let go of Martial and Weghorst in the same summer. So realistically, will he be at the club next year? I think he will. Should he be at the club next year? Not for me. I think his sell by date is so far expired at this point that even if you're a big Martial fan, you watch the guy play, bro. He's a shadow. He's a ghost of his former self. Forget about even when he's available or like how often he's available. When he plays, he has no more power in his legs anymore, guys. The guy's athleticism is non-existent anymore. He's lost the ability to burst past players. He's lost the ability to really overpower players, even to generate power of his shots. He was never some sniper, right? He had that one finish really on lock, but bro, he has no strength in his legs anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad.
He's cooked. He's just not good. He doesn't stay fit. He's not good. You sell him.
Martial sell. Ahmad.
Sub. I'm keep sub. See, I feel like there needs to be another name for this type of stuff, bro. Like sub makes it sound too like, you know what I mean? Are you in the squad? You know what I mean? I don't know. It's one of them ones, but yeah, I'm keeping him, of course. But you know, I'm trying to tell you, Liaz.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing, but I'm keeping him. Yeah, rotation. I don't know. It might be the word. I don't know, but yeah, I'm keeping him.
Now, look, I mean, I hear what you're saying. For me, keep is almost like the core of like when they're fit, they start. Ahmad is not. Look, we have to see how he comes back when he looks in preseason. But in even the best case scenario, Ahmad is not going to come in and be somebody that locks down a position in the squad and plays every single time. He's going to be someone who integrates in and out of the team. So I'm with you.
I think it's rotation. I like that about Ash. I think rotation is the word, bro. I think the rotation, because when you see sub, yeah, there might even be guys that we haven't keep right now that I would put into rotation. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Say that again.
There might even be guys that I'd keep that I would put into rotation. The guys that are just in keep, I would put some of them in rotation. You get where I'm coming from? Like Lissandro for me is 100% start. Rashford for me is 100% start. Casemiro 100% start. And I actually think everyone else, okay, for now, with Bruno is probably a start, right? I think everyone you can rotate these guys, bro. Dallo, you can rotate him at the moment, the way it's looking with Wan-Bissaka. Varane, you can rotate him. You know what I'm trying to say? But saying sub is just like, that's my thing. I think Lissandro is 100% start, for example. You get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know if you guys are getting me, but yeah.
No, I hear what you're saying. What about Maguire? I said, what about Maguire? Like we need a debate here.
No, I sell, man.
Has to be so. Twanzebe. Or not Twanzebe. Wan-Bissaka, excuse me.
Oh, Wan-Bissaka, another one that can get us some money, man. Potentially.
Yeah, but I'm subbing unless we go and buy. Unless we go buy a new right back. I'm keeping him in the team, to be honest with you.
What's a rotation?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna give my final thing at the end. You guys are seeing something right now with Man United. Yeah, go on, keep him in the rotation.
Now it's Twanzebe.
Put Dallo in rotation.
You like Dallo here? Hold up.
Put Dallo in rotation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think them two, they be rotating, bro. They be rotating. These guys that we have at the top are the ones that at the moment are 100% starters that at Man United on the first game of next season. You know, every single one of them are starting.
Yeah,
can you say that about Dallo right now? I can't say that about
probably,
Dallo. Can you say that about Wan-Bissaka?
Yeah.
I can't say that about Wan-Bissaka. So I think
you're probably right.
Those are the ones. Who is that?
Twanzebe.
Sell.
Eric Bailly.
Sell.
Donny van de Beek.
Man, he deserves his own section, bro. Van de Beek. Let's not sleep on that. That is one of the worst signings we've made, bro. Honestly. So look, this is what I think, right? You guys see this, right? And why I say Manchester United need a massive overhaul. Because even some of the starters that we have just kept in this place, you guys still debate it. Some of you lot were saying Bruno should not start. Some of you lot were saying Varane shouldn't be here. There's doubts on all of the starts, except from probably right now, Lisandro Martinez. Not for me, Rashford, yet. Yeah, I mean, but there's doubts on all of these guys. That shows. Now, imagine we did a start, whatever, with City, with Arsenal, with bro. There's no debate who needs to stay and who needs to go. Look at the rotation. Half of that rotation can easily drop into sell.
Yeah,
easily drop into sell. Easily, bro. Our start can easily be rotation. Our rotation can easily be sell. That is what I'm trying to say about Man United. And when I say let's bring in players, people start to say, but where's he going to play? Look at the start. Look at the rotation. These guys can easily be there. Sancho, he could be between rotation and sell. It depends on where you sit. You know what I mean? I personally will put Sancho still in rotation. That's me personally. Liaz will put him in the sell. I'll put him in the rotation. But other than that, you're looking at these names. Start, I'll drop. I can drop some. It's rotation, I can drop into sell. Loan, you can put into sell. Like, this squad isn't good, man. This squad isn't good, bro. Like, and we're not going to be successful until we have an overhaul, is what I keep saying. Overhaul. We have to make. Come on, man. There's hardly anyone that people are saying, oh, come on, you guys need to start. All you guys are probably saying is, all right, maybe Sancho needs to go rotation. Okay, I agree with that, but cool. But there's no one breaking their neck in this for you guys to be like, he has to start. Why is he not in the start? You guys are not outraged by not one decision. Imagine that. Not one decision. It's crazy, bruv. It's crazy, man. It's hard, bruv. Man United needs to just, yeah, man. Yeah, put De Gea in self so people can understand what it actually means. You're a damn hater, bro. But I hear you, man.
I'm past hating,
it'll never sit well with me that De Gea's in a separate section to vote Weghorst. I'm sorry, but Weghorst needs to be in. Oh Lord, bro. Lord. So yeah, this is what I think. I don't know. What's your take, Liaz?
I mirror what you say, to be honest with you, man. I mirror what you say. United are in I keep saying it. I'm worried about next season, to be honest with you, because I see so many holes in this team that I think will take a lot longer than one summer to address all of them. I think we're deep in the mud, bro. I think we're in a bit of a situation, and yeah, bro. I think we're being generous with some of those rotations. Maybe some of those sells are a little bit harsh. To be fair, I think if we're being realistic, we should put Sancho here because he's not going to be sold.
Mainu could potentially be in loan. Let's keep it real. He could potentially be in loan. He's 18-year-old sub, and I want 3 center midfielders. So realistically, Mainu really should be in the loan. He hasn't really done anything to necessarily say he's part of the rotation. I'm just kind of keeping him because he can potentially part of the like Carabao Cup and FA Cup first couple rounds and stuff. But yeah, bruv. So even him, Heaton, look, he's just another one that we just have there because he's just was Heaton is just there. You know what I mean? Yes, bro. When you deep our squad, it's crazy, bro. We've got an 18-year-old centre midfielder in there who 17, 18-year-old who doesn't even do anything right now. We've got Heaton, who's just a squad filler. Like, bro, this team isn't good, bruv. This isn't good, man. This isn't good.
Let us know, guys.
We need 6 starters, and this list has kind of confirmed it. We need 6 starters. We need 6 starters.
We're not going to get 6 starters. That's the biggest issue. You look at the ownership saga that's looming over our heads. You look at the reported budget for this summer before any sales. Hey, man, anyone expecting United to just make a jump next year to title challengers? I was one of them at one point. I thought like the way we were going and what I was seeing at some point, I thought, okay, maybe we're just a few signings off. But I think we have to be honest with ourselves here, guys. This squad is not one window away from just competing again with 90-point teams. I think we're 2, potentially 3 away from doing that. And that's if we nail our transfers completely. It's tough, bro.
What a bad squad, man. Like, actually deep it, people. Like, this squad is not good, bro. Like, now I'm actually looking at it proper because I keep tweeting squad. I keep Cam said if United had beaten Liverpool, then he would believe in the title race. No, I didn't. I never said that. I clearly said the only way Manchester United would have ever been in the title race is if we had beaten Crystal Palace and Arsenal in that week, and we didn't beat either of them. Never said that if Man United beat Liverpool. We were out of the title race by the time the Liverpool game came along. What's man on about? That is some chat. But anyway, yeah, that's it. There's probably some debatable ones, but none of them are really like outstanding outrage. Like, none of them are for people that should start. You might say, oh, McTominay may be in the rotation, Martial may be in the rotation, this person maybe, but breaking starters, nah.
Oh, I hear you. I'm just gonna read through these super chats. Jay Ashley Martin here says this is pretty accurate, but people ain't ready for the tough calls. This is the reason why top managers get paid the big bucks. Yeah, true. Ash says the title charge realistic next year. Basically described that. I don't think so. I think United has to nail the window this summer. Like, nail every single signing they make, and I just don't see it happening, bro. I don't see it happening. Just Waffling says if Ten Hag can't move on a lot of these players that need to be sold, what's the right expectations for next season as other teams get better? Again, it really depends on who they bring in. Like, I say all this stuff, right? But maybe United brings in Kane, for example, and Kane will on his own win United a few more points than they did this season. But me personally, I think it's going to be another top 4 race next year for United, unless I see a window where they buy a new top goalkeeper, 2 midfielders, a striker, and some depth in other positions. I don't see United making the necessary jump to challenge for the league.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to move a lot of these players on. Really and truly, guys, I done said, yeah. If the takeover doesn't happen in terms of anything, I don't care if it's Jim, I don't care if it's the Jassim, right? If it doesn't happen, or if it drags on through the summer, we're gonna have a bad summer. You know what I mean? We're not gonna do an overhaul, none of that. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's all I really care about. Honestly, I would take a horrible season next year if it meant we had a takeover. I actually don't really care. The takeover is the most important thing at the club. It's by far the most important thing at the club. Like, seriously, bro, it's seriously the biggest thing at the club right now, man. I truly am losing until this takeover is done. I'm kind of losing interest in what's going on with Man United at the moment. I felt absolutely nothing yesterday. I was just like, bruv, I don't really care, to be honest, until I see some progress on what is actually important at Man United. And that's just how I feel at the moment, man. So summer or not, this needs to be done, man. This needs to be done. If this is dragging on into the summer, what do we expect? How much funds are they going to free up? We're just going to have to try and fund through sales. I know there's this whole stuff about FFP. Cool. Yeah, I mean, if we have to suffer next season for the bigger picture, I'm here for it, but the way it's looking right now, it's not looking good, man. You know what I'm saying? So, boy, but I do still need to see with the sales side of thing. Look how many man we got in sales. We need to see some ruthlessness from Ten Hag,
Yeah,
bro. We
definitely.
need to see some ruthlessness. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, it might be, to be fair to him, it might be hard for him. You can't sell all them man and then have a 15-man squad. You know what I mean? You need to bring some players in. So, yeah,
I
man.
think I think next year, bro, it'll be interesting. And I know, like, we probably say this every year, and most likely none of these guys are good enough. But I think next year, bro, you're gonna see a few of these younger guys really be given a bit more responsibility and asked to contribute. Because, like I said, if we're gonna sell all these guys, or like a lot of these guys will be gone next year, whether we think so or not. United are not going to replace every single one of them. I think a few of these younger guys, maybe a Manu, definitely an Ahmad, maybe I don't even know, maybe Palestri as well, will be given a few more minutes, and they'll have to rise, because if not, bro, we can't keep relying on Rashford to play every single minute of every single game, or Casemiro to play every single minute of every single game. Guys, let us know as well. What do you guys think of the tier list that we made? Let us know in the comments, of course, because it helps us out with the algorithm. But drop down your suggestions on what you would change, on who you want to see leave the club, maybe who you want to see come in, and maybe we can do that in the next few weeks, me and Cam. Ideal signings for United as we kind of approach the end of the season and enter the transfer window. But with that being said, Cam, I don't got too much to add if you don't.
Right, that's me, bro. That's me, man. That's me. But yeah, guys, make sure you like, make sure you share, subscribe, turn the notifications on as we do. We're on the road to 30K right now. I don't know what it's on. I think it's on. I don't know what it's on right now, but we're on the road to 30K. So guys, make sure you subscribe, man. If you're new here, just subscribe. We're going to obviously have a lot of content coming out. Go and check out all our content as well. Follow us on all platforms, people. That's super important. If I'm sure a lot of you already do, but if all 600 of you went and followed me right now on Instagram, or followed Liaz on Instagram, I'm sure you'll take Liaz to 8K. You'll get me to 10K. So guys, go and follow on all platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and subscribe here, man. Big up.
Guys, we are exactly 20 subscribers away from 24K. So we have about 600 people in the stream. Unless all of you guys are subscribed, do us all a favor. If you're not, hit the subscribe button, get us to 24K. The progress we're making is crazy. We're trying to give you guys some good content. We can only keep doing that with your guys' support. So make sure you guys keep hitting the like button, keep commenting underneath, keep subscribing, and keep supporting. With that being said, it's been United State of Mind. It's myself, Lias, my boy Culture Cams. We'll catch you next time. Peace.